Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
What's up? It's Kari Watt here. Today I'm going to talk about the 3 marketing mistakes that can kill your business. By the end of this podcast, you'll have a game plan to keep you and your business on track. But I'm going to start to tell you a story to illustrate where I'm going with this. I was talking to the wife of a hairdresser who owns a small hairdressing business in Sydney. And she mentioned that her husband didn't have a website or use social media. His business had been thriving since the 90s when he first started it. In the past couple of years, and especially now, the business has started to see a decline in customers. I asked why she thought it had declined. She sort of talked about how he had to let his team go due to a reduction in his clientele who'd been coming to him since the early 90s. The question I posed to her is, but what happens if, his regular clientele decide to move or retire? And she said that's exactly what she's been saying to him, that he needs to start a social media account, but he doesn't see the value in it. Now, most bricks and mortar businesses have this exact same attitude. And if you don't know what a bricks and mortar business is, it's a physical business that has a store or a shop front. These types of businesses don't often understand that if things change, like the recent world changing, that doing business as we knew it changes, and you have to start thinking differently about how you offer your business or your services. But you just can't focus on social media alone, and I will go into this in more detail in a few minutes. Since our discussion, the world has changed. This one hairdresser has since lost his small hairdressing salon as his customers were too scared to leave their homes for a haircut. The rent was piling up with no customers, so he's had to move his salon to his house in a different location. But how does he get his regulars to come to his home when they live in a different area, which is the other side of Sydney? How does he get new customers in the local area without a website and social media? This is exactly the point I want to cover. Small business owners don't have room for error. They don't have a margin for error. They tend to fall short on time and resources. There's often no cushion to fall back on. One mistake like this can fall short on all resources, including clients. Now, before I head into some tips, if you don't know me, I'm Kari. I'm a digital strategist with nearly 2 decades of experience in marketing and communications. It's my goal to help you achieve and exceed your marketing goals so your ideal customers find you and your business online. For the best digital and social media tips to rank higher on Google search, subscribe to Kari Watt YouTube channel and the Kari Cares podcast to make sure you never ever miss out on these tips. And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Kari Watt to ask me questions about the following 3 marketing mistakes that can kill your business. Perhaps you're not in the same position as this hairdresser we've been talking about, or you're not making any of these mistakes. If this is the case, well done. Or you may just see yourself in one of these instances. Hopefully this podcast will help you reassess and fix your situation before it's too late. Number 1, you don't have a website. Now, in Australia, did you know that 68% of small businesses do have a website? In the US, only 51% have a website. Now, I think this is ridiculous. If you're a business owner, you need a website. Some business owners think they don't need one because they are a local business. And if you head on over to Win Every Time with Digital Media, you will learn, and I outline this, 80% of customers research your business and your services before they decide to buy from you. Now, this has increased to 96% in the US. You have to think about it like a business card. Now, no one really uses paper business cards anymore. They're nice to have, but you do need a website because it's your digital business card. You'll get more eyes on it than handing out a physical business card. Now, the bottom line is you need a website. Using social media alone is not going to cut it because you need to collect emails of prospects to sell your services and products. Even if they don't buy from you now, they will later on down the track. Once they've gotten to know you a bit more and feel like you're a trusted expert in your niche. Brings me to another point. You need to be seen as the leading expert in your field, or at least an expert. It doesn't have to be the leading expert, but an expert. So if you're not showcasing your work as a hairdresser or as a service provider or as a bricks and mortar business, how are people going to trust you to want to do business with you or to buy from you? Now, social media posts alone will not show that you're a reputable business or service provider. You will need to provide a physical address or an ABN or an ACN number on your website. Now, you may feel that a website is really hard or just too expensive. Well, I'm here to tell you today that there are many places who make website creation easier and more affordable. For example, I offer affordable websites such as a microsite, which is a one-page website, at only $950. That is optimized for your business with your branding, and it will lead customers to your local business. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. I can set up your Google My Business page so that it links to your website and so people in your area find you. You can also set up your own website for less than $400 on platforms such as Wix. But if you don't know how to design for your customers, you're going to fall short on actually landing customers. Your website's not just a digital business card. It has to function in a way that people click on it and want to learn more about you, number one. Capture leads so that you can contact them and sell them your products and services. Or number three, they want to buy straight away from you. So there's a lot to think when it comes to a website, but there you go. Number two, you don't track results. Now, this is more common for developed businesses. It's also one of the worst offenses. If you don't track, you really don't know what works, right? Whether it's not tracking goals on your website with Google Analytics or not tracking conversions through your pay-per-click ads or not tracking calls and foot traffic from a big sale or advertisement that you've put in. If you're not tracking or doing data analysis, you're throwing your money away. It's okay to make mistakes. I mean, if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn from them. But if you're not tracking and you're not analyzing, there's no way for you to learn from those mistakes. There's no way to even understand if you've actually made a mistake. And worst of all, if you don't do your analysis, there's really no way to improve your business. It becomes a truly waste of a marketing budget. I've made mistakes myself where I've got so busy with client work that I actually forgot about my own website and barely got any visitors. Now, a lot of my business is word of mouth, but now that the world has changed, I'm having to change the way that I do business. So that's why I want to share things with you with all my experience in digital marketing and communications. I've done this for big business in the past, and now I'm having to do all of this for myself, and I want to share that knowledge with you. I want to help you thrive and survive this. I'm dedicated to making sure that I check my analytics on a weekly basis to see what is converting and what topics my website visitors are interested in most and what you're interested in. This means every week I look at analytics on my social media, on my phone calls even, on people that email me, on my conversations with people. Everything that comes into my business I'm analysing, whether it's an inquiry, whether it's someone on my social media sending me a DM, whether it's, website traffic, whatever it is, I'm making sure I'm looking at that and revamping my business to suit what my customers want. And you can be doing this as well. And I will be releasing an analysis data sheet that you can follow, and I will be releasing that on my website soon. So listen to the next couple of podcasts for when that's going to be released. You can also check out my website, kariwatt.com, to see if there's anything on there that will help you with your business. 80% of the content that I release on my website is absolutely free because I want to help you succeed. And from that, that's how I get business leads as well. So a lot of people who trust me, who understand that I know what I'm doing and I can do this for your business, they get in contact for me to build them a website or to do a digital strategy around what they need to do for their business. So if you're stuck and you're not sure how to get online, contact me. Get in touch through my email address on kariwatt.com and let me know, if this is something that you're interested in, because I am coaching older business clients on how to get online and how to restructure their business online. And it's not that expensive. I can do a 2-hour call with you and teach you the steps, or you can do a month to month over 3 months. But it is intensive. I don't take on a lot of clients because I want to concentrate and help you succeed. Okay, let's move on to number 3. You haven't written out a marketing or media plan. Now, I can't stress this enough. How do you expect to be successful in your business without a plan? It's like a business plan, right? I mean, not everyone writes out a business plan anymore. Small business owners, a lot of them don't. A marketing plan gives you a plan from A to B, and you can see what's working. Time and budgets are short. So there's an urge to skip as many unnecessary steps for marketing as possible. Planning out your marketing strategy or media plan, it's similar things, right? The specific tactics you'll use, how much they'll cost and how much time they'll take increases your chances for success. And, I've got proof of this on my website. I put a report, a content marketing trends report that shows you how content marketing strategies are twice as likely to be successful and effective with ones that have not got a written out strategy. Now, I do a content strategy. It's basically a marketing strategy, and I put a 12-month plan together, and you can update this because as your business grows or things change, like the world changes, you might have to revamp it. Without a good marketing plan, you can't really see where your mistakes lie or where you need to move your business, especially when it comes to being online or even a bricks and mortar business. If you don't have a plan, you don't know where you're heading. And you can write a good marketing plan in an afternoon. It doesn't take long. And that 3 to 5 hours could be worth doubling the effectiveness of your marketing budget. If you want to know how to do a great media marketing plan, to last week's podcast, Win Every Time with a digital media strategy, or you can go to my website, kariwatt.com. In the insights section, which is the blog section, you can see the blog Win Every Time with Digital Media. Feel free to contact me. Let me know in the comments below, or get in touch at Kariwatt on either Facebook or Instagram and send me a comment on one of my posts. Tag me in it or send me a DM and let me know which of the points you're struggling with and if you've got any questions on this. And, remember to like and share this with a friend who could use a helping hand. Why? Because Kari cares about helping women and men who could use that helping hand. And tune in next Monday for the social media update. Until next time, peace.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.